Hey guys, Tomboy601, and today we have a wonderful Epicenter match with Dirty Mike D and Warpig Actual without recording the videos for the hill, and we ended up being in the same game. Then we decided to division up afterwards, and this is one of our division matches, Epicenter, and I think this match shows you just how important two things are. One, how strong a division is, and two, just how important it is to play the objective, especially in Epicenter. So we spawned away from our division mates because, well, there's 4 destroyers on each side. We did the evil thing of a triple destroyer division, and well, I was like, okay, let's go ahead, scout out this flank, work our side. Uh-oh, there is a carrier on this side. That is not going to be too good for us, and it looks like there's only the other battleships because, well, there's either destroyers or battleships, and it looks like we're about to get caught out by the enemy carrier. And this is a good and a bad thing, because remember, Hill has surprisingly good AA for the tier, right? We do a pretty substantial amount of damage. Iron Duke takes a chunk out of us, the other battleship takes a chunk out of us, and now we are in damage recovery mode because, well, we are about to have thrown this entire match for ourselves. So we now need just to stick by our division mates and start playing this a little more strategically, because that aircraft carrier smells blood in the water because we're a relatively weak destroyer. So evasive maneuvers, get behind the island, prevent these other battleships from being able to line up a target on us, and more importantly, get in and start to cap the caps, though it looks like our teammates are doing this fantastically, and more specifically the division mates, because, well, we have now gotten control of all 3 caps. None of the enemy destroyers decided to contest and push in, so it is now all about using the 2 American smokes between me and Mike and the Russian smoke to conceal ourselves in the cap and start doing damage from where we can. Farragut takes down our other friendly destroyer, so it's now us 3 destroyers here. We are 2 ships down already, which this is one of the risks and one of the ways I see how Epicenter matches kind of ebb and flow. It tends to be the team that controls the center cap, or who controls the cap, tends to have less ships. It's kind of a give and get as far as getting more points from the actual earning of the cap points, as opposed to earning your points via ship destroys. And you kind of just have to outpace the number of ships on your team getting destroyed in order to win. And as you can see, we haven't destroyed a single ship, but we are still relatively close on points. We actually just overtook the enemy team. We can see that enemy aircraft carrier still dropping on us. We decide fire into the smoke. Remember, Hill doesn't have too long of range on those torpedoes. We are barely stealthy to begin with. Farragut hits us with a couple shells right there. We're going to kind of turn and burn right here once we are able to line up the rest of it. Another torp tube out, and time to spin her around, because that Farragut just went down to Warpig. So we're turning around. We can see our RPF indicators off to the right hand side. We think it's one of the battleships, and this is one of the nice things so far, because there hasn't been a real concerted push by the enemy destroyers to really get into the cap. We're not really contesting it very much because the battleships know there's 3 destroyers in the cap right now, and they have no plans to try to push in to 3 non-spotted destroyers. Enemy aircraft carrier has been doing a decent job with trying to keep us spotted when he gets planes over us, but it's just the fact that, well, we have 2 hills, and we're getting a good chunk of his planes taken away each time he decides to come in and drop on us. Also, at this point, our team is kind of pressuring him up on that left-hand side. He is definitely being pressured and kind of trying to run away to prevent being spotted and sunk by our enemy ships. Anyways, Orion right here, we're kind of holding our fire, trying to get to the smoke. T-22 pops up, and this helps also explain what's wrong with their enemy team. Their T-22 not exactly in the best of shapes, because he's not even playing anymore. Anyways, we go ahead, hermit crab into this smoke screen, and decide to set a new smoke screen. Now we can see our RPF indicator has flipped around, and that the enemy is starting to cap some other places. So as we crawl in the smoke, we're going to get ready to start to engage another ship. Wait for him to be spotted. Of course, Orion is out there. And hello, Mr. Farragut. Of course, Hill and Farragut, very similar on the guns. Farragut, I believe, has a slight DPM advantage just because of reload time, but Hill can absolutely take it to her, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Thankfully, Farragut decides not to concentrate on us. I don't know if he's dumping his torps or what, but he goes down relatively quickly, and we are still controlling this center stack. We kind of ended up sailing outside of our smoke, so we need to be aware. Yep, he was dropping those torps. There goes his torps. 1, 2, just kind of slide on through. And now we need to retreat to the safety of our smoke as we take another battleship shell. We can see enemy aircraft carrier making his drop on us. We kind of give it a little shimmy, see which way these torpedoes are coming, easily able to read them, get out of the way, and now turn back in to try and at least use a little bit of the smoke that we ended up dropping and begin to engage these battleships because, well, Warpig's down to not much health. I don't have much health. I don't know what Mike is at, but the three of us, we're needing this health. Now, if you keep an eye on the scoreboard, we are down on ships right now. In fact, we only have 1 battleship remaining. They do only have 1 destroyer and their aircraft carrier. Of course, that destroyer is an AFK person, so we don't really need to worry about him. So right now, this is just going to be a matter of keeping the enemy out of the capture circle, and we can see while we have this Texas on low health, and that's who we're going to start to concentrate on to try and get him to burn on down. We do need to keep an eye on our rear because there is an enemy battleship pushing in. Of course, he can try to push in and contest. It's not really a secret where we are. I think all 3 of the destroyers are in this smoke, so the enemy battleships could really take a shotgun approach. And also shout out to Warpig right there, as my smoke was about to leave. His smoke is back up and he's laying a smoke screen for us, and because of that we get to continue this kind of triple destroyers hiding in the same smoke screen maneuver that is going on right here, really just trying to anger this Texas, take the Texas down, because of course we're at 930 points, so if we can take this Texas down, we will finish the game. We do also, like I said, have to keep an eye on that battleship to the rear because he's starting to contest the caps, prevent us from getting points on those, which is what he should be doing because he knows where all 3 of us are. We're all 3 in the smoke. He just needs to stay a little bit away, and we won't really be able to hit him with torps. I think that's kind of what is on this Texas's mind as well, but he is starting to whittle down, and with only at 980 points, well, that goes ahead and wraps the game, and that's just Epicenter for you. Thankfully, we were able to outpoints them on that one, and I think it was all down to the fact that we were a division, all 3 of us, up at the top of the scoreboard, which is nice. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.